That sunlight is beautiful on this chilly day. Switching it up on you a little bit, eh? On the opposite side. Honestly, the lighting was just better, so I hopped over here. I keep looking over to the other end of my phone for the camera, but it's over here. So today, this video, what I wanted to talk about was the evolution of our children. The potential evolution of mankind. Honestly, I see it as an inevitability, but call it a potential for the sake of this video, I guess. Really, what I want to break down is how it is that we keep getting caught in this cycle of chaos on our planet, and how it is that we actually break out of it. See, it all comes down to our belief systems. And this isn't, I mean, it does include religion, but I'm not talking about your beliefs about God and such. It does include that. I'm more talking about the beliefs that you hold about life itself, about you, yourself, those beliefs. It's like I explained in the video of karma. Really, all that karma is a buildup of choices that contribute to a specific energy, creating a magnetized pull of a certain kind of reality based on the accumulation of those certain choices. If that makes sense. I'm trying to say it in a different way. Basically, all your karma is a consequence of the choices that you make. Every choice that you make is out of a specific energy that you're existing in at that moment that you make the choice. And what determines your energy is essentially your perspective of life. Because if you're feeling a lack of abundance, well, that is because of the perspective that you hold. There's nothing but abundance around us if you truly open your eyes and see that no matter what you have to say, the very fact that you're alive means that there is a great abundance of oxygen in the air. The fact that you are alive means there is an abundance of warmth inside of your body, of blood, of minerals, of vitamins, of so many different things. Just the fact that you were alive, your body is so abundant. Nature is so abundant. No matter where I look, right here, there's tons of houses, which means there's tons of glass, there's tons of bricks, there's tons of trees, there's tons of roads, there's tons of everything. There's not a lack of it, there's tons of it, it's right there. And because my perspective is that of abundance, well then, the energy that I live through isn't one of there's always something I'm missing. It's, wow, look at all of the stuff that I have access to. You see what I'm saying? So, now, well, where does your perspective come from? Your perspective comes from your beliefs about reality. It's such a big topic. Okay. So essentially what happens is before you are even born, the choices that your ancestors made have continued to shape their children, so on and so forth until your parents, your mother gives birth to you, okay? So because of this, your parents now have a certain perspective of life and a belief system that perpetuates that perspective of life. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether it's helpful or not. This happens to each and every one of us. So there's this generational belief system that gets passed down to your parents, who are then creating you. And it's literally, see, water, for example, you got to look into, if you really want to understand this, you got to look into Dr. Masaru Emoto. Masaru. M-A-S-A-R-U? I don't remember how to spell his first name. E-M-O-T-O. You'll know him. Just search up Dr. Masaru Emoto water crystallization, and you'll find him. He's the guy who is becoming more and more popular, and thank goodness that he is. Even though they try to discredit him on Google or where you search his name up, it's actually crazy. They call him a pseudoscientist, even though his work is proven and replicated. If you want further proof of his work being just a simple fact of reality, then go ahead and look at, her name is Veda Austin. You can find her on Instagram, and you know what? I'll go back through this and I'll include their names and their links below. But anyways, what this man did was prove that your consciousness has a direct impact on reality itself by affecting the water molecules that are existing literally like in everything. So basically what he did was he would play different music to water, he would say different things to water, he would focus just an intention of love at water, and what he would do then was he would freeze it, and in the process of it freezing with a certain camera, he would take pictures of the process as the water would freeze into snowflakes and be able to determine what sort of shape the snowflake would take, whether it would be a beautiful geometrical figure or if it would just be this distorted blob of garbage, basically. And the results are fascinating because, you know, you start to learn about how certain music will actually change the environment inside of your body to either create health or create cancer. And like with everything, it's your thoughts influence the water inside of your body, beginning to change the very chemistry, the very makeup inside of you. Whether or not you are saying, hey, I want cancer, depends on what kind of thoughts you have. Depends on obviously what kind of foods you have as well, what kind of water you're drinking, so on and so forth. But it can't be, well, if you really want to experience higher dimensions of consciousness, understating that your thoughts do have as much of an impact as the words, as the water that you drink, it would not be wise. Because we all know that every single thing in our reality has come from a place of the unknown, of the intangible, brought into our minds as a thought. And that thought was extracted through action into this reality to create everything that there is. So I mean, that alone is, it's incredible, right? That's so powerful to consider. Where I'm going with this is, before I get way too far off, is that your parents holding this belief system, whether they realize it or not, so your beliefs actually manifest themselves as unconscious behaviors, whether that's how you speak about yourself or speak to a certain person, or how you eat your meal, if you live really quickly or if you live a slow pace, or if you actually know what pace you in your certain design, your unique design, are meant to live at. It influences everything. I can't even give you enough examples of everything that it influences. Just literally your entire life. When unchecked, your subconscious is playing out these programs and manifesting as unconscious behaviors that are either keeping you in shitty relationships, that are keeping you from manifesting your dreams, that are keeping you self-sabotaging, that are keeping you awake at night, that are making you manifest cancer inside of your stomach, or whatever it is. And you know, I'll do a really in-depth breakdown of how all of this actually works in a long format video. It's going to be something I'll do a full presentation on, because to really go into the depths of how it's all interconnected, to just explain one person's belief system would take a lifetime. Truly. But there can't, there's a decent breakdown I could do for you guys. By the way, if you're wondering, well, why even listen to me in the first place, just a couple credentials. Well, for the past 10 years I've been studying this stuff. There was a day I just been hit basically by a brick in the head that turned me on, that said, hey buddy, you're alive and it's time for you to start moving like you are. And I started exploring consciousness 10 years ago, and I relentlessly pursued spiritual philosophy and wisdom and knowledge for that time, like easily over 1,000 hours worth of philosophy, knowledge, wisdom consumed, because I used to drive for a few hours a day with the job that I had, and I would just listen to podcast after podcast after podcast, after seminar after seminar, lecture after lecture from all of the greatest minds, all of the greatest spiritual teachers that I had access to, that I could find, based on, and this is the thing, is you're only ever going to call them the teacher that you're ready to learn from, right? So it's different for all of us, but yeah, I've learned quite a bit in the last 10 years, and because of what I learned, I became a certified Theta Healing Practitioner, an advanced level Theta Healing Practitioner, on his way to becoming a master Theta Healer, which is a modality utilizing the Theta brainwave state, which is the brainwave state that you were existing in from the ages of 0 to 7, and downloading all the programs that you learn about life, which you go on throughout the rest of your life, basing your interactions with life off of. And you utilize this brainwave state, and these are all the meditations that I have on my page as well. We go into the theta brainwave state because that's access to the very source of creation, man, is theta. When you go into theta, you finally go into the meditative state beyond the physical realm of existence, if you're understanding what I mean. Because obviously, well, your brainwave is still in physical reality, isn't it? Well, it's a wave, man. How physical is a wave? An energetic wave. All of this stuff, man, I'm about to get into the whole illusion of reality. I'm a guy with a lot to say, that's for sure. So anyhow, I've been practicing this modality now for 4 years, doing it on, doing sessions on many people, more hours than I could probably even count, doing it on myself and reprogramming my own subconscious belief system, which is actually the body, by the way. A lot of people tend to think that the mind, the subconscious mind, is an aspect of the brain. And while that is true in a sense that the brain is a part of the body, it's your subconscious is actually your entire body. And, I'll go on to do a video about this as well, and how, there's really only two aspects to this third plane existence, which is your awareness and that which there is to be aware of. Which also helps to distinguish the fact that the body in its entirety is the subconscious, that which is below your awareness, that which is being observed by awareness. So anyhow, we collect these belief systems, and before you're even born, this belief system is influencing all of the elements that are going into creating the body that your child is developing, that their soul is going to live through in their human experience. And like I've been saying, depending on the energy that these beliefs are creating within you, that's the energy that you're passing on to your child, which means that they could be having all kinds of issues being passed down to them that they have absolutely no rhyme or reason to be carrying over into their life. They should be starting with a clean slate. But here's the thing, is we've been programmed, we've been conditioned, we've been indoctrinated, we've been inculcated, we've been tricked, bamboozled, swindled. We've had it all done to us to become creatures enslaved to a system of thinking that does not belong to us. So as we go on, we make choices through these perspectives which come through our belief system, and it creates this momentum of energy towards a certain outcome for our lives that may not even necessarily be the outcome that we are desiring for ourselves. And this is your karma. Can you decipher reality? Can you decipher yourself to the point of realizing your own free will? and then begin to make choices through love rather than fear, which is what all of your programs are, because they are beliefs, you see. How much time do I have? Okay, I'll touch on that quick. Okay, so if you break down the word belief, the very core of the word is lie. The first two words of the word belief are be, lie, as in to be a lie, because in order to believe something about reality, you cannot know it, my friend. And there is a massive difference between believing something and knowing that something is a truth of reality that is an unwavering fact. You see, where do I want to go with that? To believe is to essentially exist in a lie, yes. And this is, why Buddha had always talked about releasing yourself from attachments. Your attachments are your beliefs about reality. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you just have to wander off and not have clothes or anything whatsoever. It's not about not having things that, say, you are attached to, for lack of a better term at the moment. It's about alleviating the fear of losing those things in your life. It's about, and this is why I'm saying that all the beliefs are fears, is because if you knew that you were unconditional love, if you knew that the universe at all times is working in a fashion to create the greatest possible experience for you, and all you had to do is say yes to it, you can trust that reality has your back. If you knew this, if you knew that no matter what you did, you could not fail on your mission, would you not walk differently? Would you not talk differently? Would you not do things that you know that you should do but aren't doing? You would, right? But these beliefs that we hold about reality, for example, one I love to talk about is a kid holding their hand above a candle flame and being burnt. The body then registers, okay, if I hold my hand over the flame of a candle, it's going to burn and it's going to hurt me, and we don't want to do that. That's dangerous. So we log that away, that candle flames equal pain. That's what now the body believes, and that seems like an a-okay thing for most people, probably, right? But the true fact of the matter is that a person can reach a state of meditation where they match the vibration of the fire and can hover their hand above the flame without being burned and touch the flame, and they won't even feel the fire. Have you seen the monks who have set themselves on fire and meditated through it? Search it up, man. Telling you, the human possibility is infinite. It is absolutely infinite, and it's only the lies that we choose, because it is a choice. Okay, I'm about to give you the ultimate choice. Do you want to take the red pill and become aware of the fact that you are the creator of this entire reality? Not just based on, your own choices, but this entire reality. Do you want to uncover this mystery? You've just been given the ultimate choice, my friend, and your life will forever change now, having heard this question. Especially if you say yes, and infinitely for the better, and that's what I'm here for, to help you through this journey. Because it can be pretty damn intense. It can be pretty intense. So, anyhow, the beliefs and everything get passed down to the children. I haven't even gotten to the point of the child being born yet, really, eh? But then, you raise the children through your perspective of life, which is your belief system about life. And they get raised through this, and they get molded by it, and they make the same kinds of choices that you do, obviously in different scenarios, because they can't live the exact same life as you. But I'll do a video too comparing the last 28 years of my life compared to my dad's first 28 years, and there are so many similarities it would shock you. Because my parents hadn't done any work whatsoever on discovering and dismantling their belief system so that they didn't pass down the same limitations that they had. I've had to do all of it myself, and now, at this point in my life, well, really since I've been 21, really since I've been 19, since I woke up, I've been shattering these illusions. and building the life that I actually want for myself, and realizing what it actually means to be on this journey and how the journey actually works. I can't wait to do a video on that, because once you see how reality's patterns on this journey of healing, of enlightenment actually works, and how it will funnel itself to you, that awareness alone will set you free from so much frustration and anger and panic and anxiety and all of the stuff, man. Like, I love doing this stuff and sharing these perspectives, and just helping people, man. That's what I love to do. So then we raise our children, and they become molded by our perspective of life, which is our belief system. And then they go on and they either continue to create the same karmic consequence, that same energetic charge of potentially the future that we don't want for the rest of humanity, or the kids who wake up like me break free from it and begin to choose based on their own free will, and choose out of love rather than fear. And then what happens is, now my daughter is being raised from a perspective where she isn't limited by anything. She knows that she is incredible. She's going to grow up with so much confidence and so much self-worth and so much passion, because that flame inside of her will not be diminished. It will only be nurtured. And because of this, man, my daughter is she's not even 2 years yet. She is exceptionally intelligent for her age. I swear that I have never met a child like her in my life, and everybody that meets her says the same thing. She's just on a whole other level of awareness at she's 19 months now. And it's because her mother and I, we both, I got barely any time left. Whatever, I'll go over a little bit. It's because her mother and I are both doing the inner healing on ourselves, and so we're not raising her through a perspective other than the one of unconditional love, which is, and sure, sometimes we do make our own mistakes in that, but because we have this awareness and because we are practiced in this modality, we're actually both certified theta healing practitioners, both on our way to becoming masters because we love the modality so much. We're able to also heal anything that happens to her during the process of her growing up, and we're able to see what beliefs she's picked up, and we're able to help her transcend. Anyways, so basically now, see, I have broken free, which means that my perspective towards my daughter is going to be one where I don't want to negatively influence her life at all, and I want to give her that clean slate so that she can go just crazy on the world, man, and unleash her passions and unleash who she is meant to be in this world without any resistance from within. Not to say that there won't be challenges for her when she goes out into the world, but there certainly won't be those same challenges. Like, I've had to deal with so many challenges, man, of loving myself and hating myself and deleting. I mentioned this in another video before, just that I have started probably 3 channels and I've deleted all the content off of them because I felt so insecure about who I was and who I wanted to be that I quit. I just kept quitting on myself, but ultimately I did not quit, because here I am and here you are listening to me speak. And that's really what counts. It doesn't matter that I deleted all the stuff before. It matters that I came back and that I'm going to continue to come back, because I make that choice to be the conscious creator of my reality, and I choose to know that I can create exactly the reality that I want for myself, where I have built a new version of humanity's civilizations based on the principles of unconditional love, based on freedom, which is going to start with the retreat center, which I talk about all the time, which, you know what, I'll release this video before I release those ones. I've made 2 detailing a bit of what I've just been thinking about in terms of manifesting this, because I've already started the campaign for a crowdfunding platform, and, you know, working out the details of the farming and where the land's going to be and what kind of land we actually need and what kind of climate we actually need and how many people we're going to need. What are the different... I'm not going to get into it, but anyways, yeah, if that sounds pretty cool to you, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, turn on the notifications, because that video is going to come out real soon after this one. And I'm looking to build with people, guys. I'm looking for the people who have that perspective of unconditional love, who have the perspective of wanting to actually grow because they understand that this is the way and this is how. As I'm saying, Now, I influence my daughter to become a sovereign child, okay? She's going to be starting her life from the perspective that her mother and I have cultivated through our entire lives up until the point that she is born, and now we're raising her. She gets to start at our vantage point of perception, which is remarkable. And yeah, I say that my vantage point of perception is remarkable because I understand the value that I provide for people through the words that I'm speaking and how I'm able to speak it. And it's another thing that we do is we trip ourselves up about speaking highly of ourselves, which is just crazy, right? It's just crazy. And, you know, I have my days in that and I have my moments in that, but ultimately I come back to my place of balance and I understand that I'm worthy and deserving of loving myself and feeling love for myself and sharing love with other people and speaking highly of myself. And I hope that you are too. And if you're not, hey, there's some meditations on this page you can go do. There's comments on the video. I'll help you out in any way that I can if you need a couple tips about some things. Man, I got a great repertoire up here of different tactics you can employ in your everyday life to enhance your awareness and to reprogram your subconscious mind, because that is what my expertise is, man. Reprogramming your subconscious is the most essential thing for you to do in this human experience, and I will debate that with anybody. Because it's just a fact reality, man. It's just a fact. So anyhow, as the evolution continues, and this is where humanity is going to end up in the future, right? As the evolution continues, now my daughter starts from our vantage point. Her children are going to start from a perspective of life, of freedom that I can't even fathom. I really, they're going to be remarkable though. I'll tell you that much. And, you know, from there, so long as the karma, so long as the choice is made to continue pursuing truth, ultimate truth, which is unconditional love, which is enlightenment, then inevitably the children that are born by this cycle of choice will continue to have higher levels of consciousness as they are born, which means that inevitably children on planet Earth will be born enlightened. And that is the future of this planet. It is not desolation. It is not us going to Mars and abandoning this planet because we believe it's beyond repair. We are going to heal the Earth. See, we don't understand truly how powerful we are as human beings. We are interconnected with everything in existence, not just our neighbors, not just the air, not just that tree. We're interconnected with the entirety of the organism of life, which is like everything, right? And, you know, we're constantly fed this message of no. It is going to end in war. It's going to end in suffering. It's going to end in death. It's going to end in what you want it to end in. That's just a program that's being fed to you to try to get you to buy in, to try to get you to believe it so that you will be their lie and continue to make your choices for your life out of their karma. Do you see? But this isn't the way. It's stupid. Why ever choose that, right? Why not choose to take that red pill that I mentioned before and discover who you are and what it means to be alive, what it means to be human, what it means to love, what it really means to love. So, that is the future of humanity. It is enlightened children. It is a place of such beauty that any comparison to heaven wouldn't even be worth it. It will be so much better here. Yeah, I think I'm good to end it there. Went way over my normal 22 minutes. So I cut them down. If I sit here and I just keep talking, man, I will go on for hours. So I kind of set out a time limit for myself because I'm actually kind of realizing that part of the reason why I did that was out of an insecurity that people wouldn't want to listen to what I have to say for longer than a certain duration of time. Well, thank you. Thanks for that. It's another reason why I love doing this, because it helps me bring about greater awareness of myself. Helps me challenge myself, especially when I read people's comments and see their perspectives and see, their challenges to what I have to say. Because in no way am I coming on here and saying that I know everything that there is and you need to shut up and you need to listen to me. I will certainly say that, hey, I've got some great stuff to say that would challenge everything that you think you know, and I could probably give you a run for your money. And I'm pretty confident in that, but ultimately I understand that there is so much to know that in comparison, my knowledge is negligible. Especially to the great intelligence that is creating all of this. I'm a simple pawn in the game, man. But that's also beautiful. I wouldn't want to know everything. I like that there's a little mystery to it, But yeah, it's a beautiful way to, like that. I had more awareness brought about for myself, more healing that I can do on myself now, so that I can show up and be an even better version of myself for my wife, for my daughter, for my family, for you guys. And that's all I want to do with my life, man, is just, all I want to do is master reality. I want to master breathing exercises, and I want to master theta healing, and I want to master meridian point activation, and I want to master the Eden method, and I want to master the emotion code and EFT tapping and all of these, so many Reiki, I want to master these things, not for the sake of, of course I want to be able to financially support my family and my own life doing this stuff, doing what I actually love, and that's what I pursue every day, right? That's why I release all these videos. In one aspect, one reason why I release all these videos. But I also just want to provide the most value that I can while I'm alive. I want to be able to give as much as I possibly can back, just as a thank you for the fact that I get to exist and that I get to have an amazing wife and an amazing daughter and an amazing life, and that I get to watch the sunrise every single day if I want to. That's a beautiful thing, man, that we just overlook. We don't gotta worry about the sun coming up. It comes up every single day. If you feel that you can't trust anybody, trust the sun, man. It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna make sure that we can keep going. Now, before I get again too far gone here, because this video is already over 30 minutes, I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope you gained something of value from this. I love you with my entire heart. I hope you have a good day. Cheers.